Hey, what's happening? Tim with Nomad Trading. So, a live look at the markets today. What's hot, what's moving, what's going on. I would say the stock of the day, as far as what I see that I like the best, is YTEN, Yield 10 Bioscience. At one point, it's been up 100% on the day. This thing started pre-market. Nothing I really loved pre-market. There was an entry here at $8 as it reached pre-market high of $8. Consolidated a little bit and then broke out. So a nice chance to make some money right there. And then again throughout the day, curling back up to high of day, doing exactly the same thing. So if you're watching it this morning, same thing, consolidated at the high of day, and then nice big green candles to break out. Unfortunately, I did not trade it. The only thing I traded this morning was MDGS, which was a mistake because it went nowhere. But YTEN was definitely the one to watch. Probably the one I'm going to be watching the closest the rest of the day. I don't love it on the daily chart because it was beaten down, but it does have this little bit of resistance here, which it's already broken through. That's probably why it slowed down around the $8 mark as it started to get into this multi-day resistance area. But it showed before that it can be a multi-day runner. Had a nice big green day here and then went all the way up and pulled back. So nice 2-day run back here. This other day, after a big green day, it just faded off. So we'll see what happens. It's got crazy volume compared to any of these other days, so you never know. And I think it's a pretty low float. Let's see what it is. If you want to check the float of a stock, you can jump over to Market Watch and type in the ticker. There's a lot of places you can look, but yeah, there you go, guys. Public float of 602,000, so less than 1 million shares available to trade. So that's why that thing is going crazy. If you think about that, 600,000 share float, and it's traded. Bring up level 2, the volume here. 27 million shares. So it's rotated the entire available float, like, I don't know, 30 sometimes. Pretty crazy. Anyway, that's probably the main watch for the day for me. I don't know if it'll present any more opportunities today. I typically just like to trade breakouts, bull flags and breakouts, flat top breakouts, etc. But it did have a couple different spots to make good entries and to make a good amount of money fairly safely. What I did this morning, I made like $13 or some minuscule amount of money. Didn't take very big size, but I was looking at it at 270 MDGS. I was watching that at 270. Right here is the pre-market high. After market open, it got up and it pulled back pretty quickly to VWAP. And then as it shot back up and showed strength, I got in it right here for that break of pre-market at 270 and was hoping that it was going to skyrocket up, but it did not. It got up to 290, 289, something like that. But I was looking for a bigger move, so as it pulled back really quick, I ended up getting out of it at like 275 or 274, somewhere right in here, and then it dropped and faded the rest of the day. So that was the big swing and a miss, guys. Did not hit the home run on that by any means. I should have. The daily chart at this point was up at it was up here at 270. So yesterday it had a crazy day, or not yesterday, but Friday. And then today when it was up here, I thought my goal anyway was to get in at that 270 range, and then was hoping it could get back up there to that the high of day from Friday, 340 area, somewhere in there. And I would have loved that, but that didn't happen. All it did was get stuffed quickly right back down from whence it came and faded the rest of the day so far. So definitely Y10 was way better play. Should have been watching that more closely and paying attention to that. I was also on the phone with CMEG about my other account with CMEG, dealing with issues with that. Anyway, AYTU was another one I was watching. It's traded a ton of shares, like 87 million shares or something like that. It started high pre-market after gapping up nice and strong, and then faded, tried to come back, but it couldn't. It's not really anything I'm watching now. Carnival Cruise Line. It's not a low float stock by any means, but it is interesting. It's one I've been watching just because, as you can see, it's beaten down just like the rest of the market, and it had a nice double bottom and then consolidated here. So today it's working on trying to be breaking out of consolidation, and if it can, there's a pretty fair chance if it can break past this consolidation and maybe break past this, let's see what it is, like $13.75, $14 area. There's a chance it could head back up and retest the highs from over here. So that's why I'm kind of watching that. It could be a pretty good short squeeze. I imagine there's a lot of people that have been shorting this all the way down and thinking it's going to head lower, which it can. It will probably follow the market depending on what the market does. And obviously there's no cruises running right now, so there's not a whole lot of positive news for it. But technically speaking, it's been consolidating and now it's trying to break out. So I would be watching that. If it can break $14, it might be something that I might take a position in as a swing trade, possibly. I'm not very good at swing trading, and I don't claim to be, so I don't know about that, but it's a possible thing that I'm looking at. Overall market, let's see what else we got. VXRT, that's another one I was watching. Came out pretty strong out of the gate when market opened. Made it all the way up over $4 before fading back below VWAP. Looked like it could be a head and shoulders, but it did not drop. It stayed pretty strong. Ended up climbing back over 4, and now it's pulled back again. So now it's probably not much of anything that I would watch. You could possibly buy the break of VWAP in the 380 range and try to get a little bit of a move here, but nothing I would hold very long by any stretch of the imagination, because it's already showed that it pulls back pretty strong when it gets up to that $4 range. So probably not going to be a big mover. Let's see the daily. On the daily chart, the daily chart looks good. It has broken out nice and clean. Looks like 350 or so was resistance here, and it's nice and well past that. So that's a good thing. Looking strong on the daily chart. So we'll see. Something to watch. Always keeping these things on watch. What's something else I looked at? NAKD had quite a bit of volume, I guess, and a nice gap up, but all it's done is fade all day. Went all the way to $1.75, but nothing exciting since. So yeah, I'm thinking the one to watch as of now. Well, now it's pulling back hard, all the way back to the 200. Could be a decent dip buy off the 200 here, possibly. But I wouldn't hold it real long. It's showing its ability to come down quickly, so we'll see what happens with it. But that's probably my top watch right now going into the afternoon. And I think I'm probably going to honestly go mow my lawn because I don't see anything too exciting. I took a swing and I missed early this morning, and I'm not seeing anything I'm really liking as far as breakouts go. So a lot of times the best position you can take is no position at all, ladies and gentlemen. That's one that I learned the hard way many times, trying to overtrade, trying to do all these different patterns and setups that are not something that has proven to work for me consistently. So I get myself into trouble thinking that it's something, I'm seeing a dip buy, I'm seeing, whatever the setup may be. And I end up losing money because it's just not what I typically do. So stick to what you know, stick to what you're good at until you master that, and then start branching out with small position size on new setups and seeing how they work out. That's all I got for live trading and showing you what's going on with the markets. If you got any questions, put them in the comments. Anything you'd like to tell me or like me to look at or make a video on. I've been getting lots of action in the comments, and that's awesome. I try to reply to every single one of them, so keep it up. We're up over 160 subscribers as of today, which is fantastic, guys. That's awesome. Thank you so much for the support and the love. Keep it up. Let me know how I can help. Let trading set you free. Peace.